Faithfully delivering value, interpreting great books worldwide. Hello, this is Sally's Book Talk. Today we'll explore the book Teaching Distracted Children. Ever notice your child sits at their desk for hours but only finishes a few problems? Constantly wanting water or snacks, just can't settle down to homework. Even though they spend lots of time and effort studying, their grades just don't improve. It's because they can't focus during study time, easily distracted, making it hard to absorb and retain knowledge. So, how can parents help kids overcome this distracting habit? Don't worry, today's book has the answers you need. Authors Rui Kaikin and Lin Lin are both experts in child psychology education. Rui Kaikin, a national psychological supervisor with 20 years' experience, specializes in improving children's attention. Lin Lin is a child psychotherapist focusing on behavioral issues and attention intervention. Both authors regularly work with easily distracted, inattentive children. This book distills their 5-year research and successful case studies into practical strategies. I'll break it down into two key areas. First, why do children get distracted? Second, what should parents do about it? Childhood distraction stems from attention deficits, actually quite common. So why are kids prone to distraction? That's our first focus today, mainly four underlying causes. First, environmental factors. Maternal smoking, alcohol, or certain medications during pregnancy can impair fetal physical and neurological development. And this significantly increases risks of attention disorders after birth. Additionally, intrauterine infections or birth asphyxia during difficult labor may cause brain damage affecting attention development. Post-birth, home and school environments also contain major distraction triggers. Let's start with the home environment, which is crucial for children. If parents have bad habits like alcoholism or frequent domestic violence, children's mental state becomes tense, suppressed, fearful, and anxious. Such intense emotions can trigger children's nervous excitability, leading to poor concentration. Other parents, due to high life pressure and busy work, neglect caring for their children, leaving psychological and emotional needs unmet, creating cold or conflictual parent-child relationships, which can also cause attention issues. Additionally, the authors found that children in families with lower parental education levels are more prone to distraction, likely because such parents struggle to help with academic challenges. Ugh. Well, children are left to fend for themselves. If their grades drop, parents blame or even physically punish them. Over time, children lose learning motivation, become emotionally unstable, and naturally get distracted. When children reach school age, the influence of the school environment becomes prominent. If coursework is too hard and children can't keep up with the teacher's pace, their motivation suffers, making them easily distracted in class. Conversely, if the teacher's content is too easy or the child has already learned it, they struggle to focus and might just do other things. Additionally, teachers' harsh educational methods or peers' unfriendly behaviors like discrimination or dislike can also cause distraction. With technological advancement, electronic devices have become the second major cause of children's distraction. Nowadays, children start using electronics at younger ages. TVs, phones, tablets, and computers often replace parents as their main companions. Even some 5 or 6-year-olds play mobile games or, scroll through short videos. American psychiatric hospitals have concluded that prolonged TV exposure hinders children's neurological development, leading to attention deficits and distraction. Third, nutritional factors are also a key cause of children's distraction. For example, kids' favorite sweets are packed with sugar. Overeating sugar depletes vitamin B1 in the body. Once the body lacks vitamins, it directly affects waste removal. Waste buildup makes people irritable, short-tempered, and naturally hard to focus. Lastly, children's distraction could also stem from illnesses. For instance, ADHD has a global prevalence of 2% to 11%. That means in a class of 40 elementary students, there could be two or three with ADHD. Quite a high rate. Um, Children with ADHD, their brain regions for regulating attention and inhibiting impulses are significantly smaller than in normal kids. And these changes are primarily genetic. A study by Massachusetts General Hospital shows that if a child has ADHD, over 75% of family members also have it, linking to attention issues. The main causes come from four factors: environmental factors, electronic device factors, nutritional factors, and genetic factors. So now let's talk about how parents can help train their kids' attention. This is the second topic we'll cover today. First, parents should create a good environment, both a comfortable living space and a healthy psychological atmosphere. Distracted children are already highly prone to distractions from external stimuli. When they're doing homework at home, if the room's full of toys, gadgets, or comics, no wonder they lose focus. So, what can parents do? The authors offer a few tips. First, parents can set up a dedicated study space, like having kids work in a study room instead of at the dining table. So this way, kids aren't lured by the living room TV, disturbed by mom doing chores, or tempted to grab snacks from the fridge, making it easier to concentrate on learning. Second, keep items in the child's space neat and visible so they can grab what they need quickly and accurately. Imagine if the child has to sift through a pile of comic books just to find their homework notebook. They might just start reading comics instead. But parents can set organization rules with their kids beforehand, like books on shelves, stationery and pen holders or drawers. Get storage boxes and let them sort books, supplies, and toys. This organizing process builds thinking skills. Third, ensure proper lighting and ventilation. Use natural light during day and bright lighting at night. Good lighting protects eyes. Fresh air circulation is essential, especially in winter. Poor ventilation makes kids drowsy indoors, ruining concentration. Fourth, use ergonomic chairs. Ideal desk chair height difference should be 1/3 of the child's height. This height helps kids sit straight while doing homework. Wrong heights cause slouching, nearsightedness, or fatigue, leading to distraction. With a tidy physical space covered, how do we create a healthy psychological environment? The authors offer 3 tips. First, parents must lead by example. Take Kyung-Kyan's dad, a phone addict who scrolls nonstop after work. He scrolls during meals, while watching TV, and even when helping Kyun Chang with homework. Kyung-Kyan copied this, always peeking at dad's games. His midterm scores hit rock bottom, landing him last in class. At the parent-teacher meeting, the teacher asked if Kyun Jane ever focused on homework, since exam content mirrored practice work. That's when dad realized his phone use during study time caused Kyung-Kyan's distraction and academic crash. So dad strictly limited phone use. When Kyun Chang studied, he read books alongside him. After sticking to this, Kyun King's grades improved noticeably. Parents are children's mirrors. If adults multitask distractedly, how can kids focus? Second suggestion, appreciate and encourage your child. Take Ingsen, for example. Her grades were poor, always last in class. The teacher told her mom she couldn't focus in lessons and struggled to keep up. If this continued, she'd fall further behind in higher grades. When mom got home, Ingsen looked anxious. Mom swallowed her scolding words and reconsidered. She said, "The teacher praised you this time. Noticed you've stopped chatting with your desk mate and focused more. Just double check your work and your grades will improve faster." Ingsen expected complaints and criticism but got praise instead. Her motivation grew. She focused better in class and her grades gradually improved. Many kids with attention issues face constant criticism from teachers and teasing from classmates. If parents join this criticism, it only isolates the child further. But if parents focus on strengths and offer encouragement, it builds confidence. Third tip, be patient. Attention skills develop gradually. Parents must stay patient, manage their emotions, and calmly accept their child's distractions. Children sense parental anxiety. Already distracted, added pressure increases their anxiety, making focus harder. Patience creates a more relaxed psychological environment. This benefits their attention development. A good living environment and healthy psychological atmosphere are foundational for improving focus. The second aspect is changing our educational approach. When helping with homework, parents often set strict time limits. For example, designating 7 to 9 p.m. as homework time. For motivated kids, this works. They use the time effectively. But for easily distracted children, timed sessions feel like torture. The best approach is shifting from fixed time slots to task-based goals. For example, take a 5-minute break after memorizing Chinese text, or 10 minutes after finishing a math test. This method effectively boosts children's focus during tasks. Beyond scheduling, many parents can't resist micromanaging during their child's learning process. Tekwa Guo. Every day before homework, her mom would relay assignments from the parent group chat, then check her work afterward. But one day, mom forgot to mention an art project, making Guaguo the only student who didn't submit it. Gogo came home crying, blaming mom for her teacher's scolding. Distressed, mom asked other parents, who explained. Teachers announce assignments in class. The group chat is just a backup. Most kids record tasks themselves without parental reminders. After this incident, mom realized she'd been overmanaging. She encouraged Gloglo to use a notebook for assignments. No more reminders or micromanaging, just letting her take charge. With responsibility, kids naturally become more attentive in daily life and studies, helping overcome distraction. The third aspect, rewards and consequences. Scientific reinforcement gradually eliminates bad behaviors while strengthening good ones. Distraction habits can also improve through such methods. So, how should we reward children appropriately? There's quite an art to it. First, praise specific actions, like finishing homework on time with perfect accuracy. Say, you finished quickly and got everything right. Awesome. Instead of vague praise like, good job today. Second, rewards must be immediate. No empty promises like, I'll take you to the amusement park next time, or I'll buy you a transformer later. Parents often make these vague commitments, then forget, only fulfilling them after repeated reminders. If this happens often, kids will see parents as unreliable, drastically reducing their motivation. Moreover, rewards should match the child's preferences, fulfill their wishes to boost enthusiasm. Parents can also use a point system. For example, finish homework on time equals 2 points. Perfect accuracy equals 2 points. Accumulate points to redeem rewards. Um, this has two benefits. Delaying gratification teaches kids rewards require effort. Second, it repeatedly reinforces good habits. Kids knowing timely homework earns rewards will persistently strive toward this goal. All right, after rewards, let's discuss consequences. Punishing kids is trickier than rewarding, demanding greater parental wisdom. The authors suggest giving disliked items or unpleasant environments for misbehavior. For soccer-loving kids, banning play works better than chore-based punishments. When punishing, keep these points in mind. Usually, punishment isn't the goal, correcting behavior is. Second, enforce rules consistently, punish immediately when broken. Don't skip punishments due to a good mood, or worsen them from a bad mood. Lastly, consequences must be timely, no empty threats or half-hearted actions. Innovative, empowering, beyond rewards or punishments, parents can engage kids' initiative. Let them self-monitor distraction. For example, have kids role-play as attention police. Take Xiaodong, always distracted in class. His dad suggested imagining himself as a cop. Xiaodong drew one in his notebook, using it during class to supervise his focus. After school, the cop would report the day's lessons. Xiaodong loved this role, eagerly telling dad daily how, his cop stopped him from chatting with desk mates. After a month, Xiaodong's issue of getting distracted in class improved because he took on the responsibility of monitoring himself. The author also introduced some fun little games to train children's attention. For example, the number relay game, where parents say a series of numbers to the child. Like 24326, the child listens and then writes it down. It can start with simple combinations of a few numbers. Later, gradually make it longer. While listening to numbers, the child's attention is highly focused, making the distraction habit easy to fix. There's also a character listening game that's excellent for boosting children's attention. The gameplay is parents read a short passage. If the child hears them say the character one, they draw a circle on paper. After finishing, check if the number of one characters in the original text matches the circles drawn. This game requires more and sustained attention than the number game. Attention-boosting games can also combine with music. Play songs with different tempos for the child. When the music is fast, the child should draw quickly on paper. When the music slows down, draw slowly. If the child's distraction is severe or shows signs of ADHD, parents should consult psychologists or specialists. This helps improve distraction. The fifth aspect, children are naturally playful, active, and fond of fun. So, how to distinguish normal mischief from ADHD? The answer lies in context. Mischievous kids are only inattentive in certain times or settings. When doing things they enjoy, their attention can be highly focused. Children with ADHD lack this self-control and struggle to manage attention in almost any situation. Even if parents force them to focus, it's hard to achieve results. Once signs of ADHD are noticed, parents should actively seek professional help. Additionally, parents should maintain close contact with teachers. Children with ADHD often need more attention from teachers, but at the same time, they need to lower the teacher's expectations for the child. If parents avoid communicating with teachers for fear of the child being treated differently, it could make the child's school life harder. Here's a little tip for parents. When asking teachers for accommodations, present it as advice from a doctor or psychologist. Because people are always more inclined to accept professional advice. All right, let's recap the second issue. The author offers 5 key suggestions in this book. First, create a good environment for children, including an orderly living space and a relaxed psychological atmosphere with active, patient parental involvement. Second, change the educational approach for distracted kids by setting small goals focused on benefits, not rigid time limits for tasks. At the same time, assign children responsibilities so they take ownership rather than parents handling everything. Third, use scientific rewards and consequences to reinforce children's positive behaviors. Fourth, play games with children to boost attention and reduce distraction. Finally, seek help from professionals like psychologists or doctors. Distracted children are like drivers who can't steer. They struggle to control and often veer off course. Parents should teach children how to steer, letting them thrive on life's path, helping distracted kids. That's our interpretation for today. Reading notes are below the audio. See you tomorrow.